We're back.
Welcome back to the Huddle podcast. Here we go. Wow,
Yep.
super wild card weekend.
Was not so super.
No, it was terrible.
It sucked.
I mean, for you, it was fun.
I
You
mean,
had to
like,
waffle stomp somebody.
yeah, but like we do it every year though. Like
It does give a boost though going into that Ravens game, stomping Broncos like that.
yeah, I mean, I guess last year it felt better, but I want to beat a big dog in the playoff. I don't want to kick the shit out of Pittsburgh and the
Yeah,
Broncos and like Miami every year and then go lose to a good quarterback. I want to dismantle a good team.
yeah, but the Steelers last year, bad team. The
The
Broncos
Broncos,
this year, like their defense, you guys torched their defense, and their defense this year has been pretty good.
agreed. I just, like let's go get Mahomes. Let's go get Lamar.
Yeah,
Enough of this. You know what I mean?
your O line too, like torched them this week.
I mean, I expected to beat them. There was no I wasn't worried about the game. I wasn't thinking there was a shot we were gonna lose. Like
Yeah,
everyone was like, "Oh, watch out for the Broncos! Watch out for the Broncos!" No, the Bills are a better team. Josh Allen's a way better quarterback. Bo Nix is still young. Their team is overall this is a rebuild year for them, and everyone can say it was for us, but it's never a rebuild year when you have Josh Allen.
yeah, no, I agree. When you have the guy, it's time to win all
Yep.
the time. But you guys ran up over 200 yards on them, like
Yeah,
ran
we
just down their throats.
our offensive line looked good. I mean, we can dive right into that if that's what you want to go into first.
Yeah, let's just rip up the games. Let's talk.
Do you want to go in order here, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can start on Saturday. That early game.
I had the Chargers, so
Yeah, I think we both said Chargers on the last episode. We both were not taking Houston seriously. And, I mean, they're going up against the Chiefs next. I can't see them beating the Chiefs.
no, but they did surprise. They impressed me as much as their defense looked really good, and Joe Mixon looked good. But I find with them, it's like Joe Mixon looks good, and then they just forget about him for 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the Chargers. Obviously, they went out and balled, especially in that second half. But I almost feel like the Chargers lost this game more than Houston won it.
Yeah, I mean, here, wait. I have a clip from them.
Chargers moving quickly, sidearm, intercepted off the deflection by Stingley. Stingley down the sideline, tackled inside the 5th.
And that's how the entire game went, where Justin Herbert throws 3 picks the entire year, and then in the playoffs threw 4. 2 of them were not his fault.
Yeah, but the other 2 were awful.
Oh, they were abysmal. It was bad football. It was not fun to watch. I mean, if you're a Texans fan, it was probably really fun to watch. But the Texans are destined to play in this Saturday mid slot where everyone says, "Oh, I don't know if they can win," and then they win, and then next week they will probably get dismantled.
Yeah, CJ stepped it up in the second half for sure. I mean, neither team looked good in the first half. Everything that could go wrong for Houston in the first half was going wrong, and the Chargers couldn't do anything.
But it only led to 6 points.
Yeah, you can't let that happen. Ladd McConkey had almost 200 yards receiving. I think the rest of the team had under 60.
It was bad, and that Disley kid was terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was and then there was the missed kick or the blocked kick that they ran back to.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like it was all CJ Stroud points, and I'm not trying to rag on the guy, but I don't think
he had a bad first half. The whole offense had a bad first half, I think.
And you can't do that against the Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Eagles. I'm going to put the Rams in that category too. Like most of the other teams in that are left, you can't do that with.
No, you got to keep your foot on the gas. One thing is Jim Harbaugh got carried away in the dirty bubble.
So they were winning when he got put in the dirty bubble.
6-0.
That son of a bitch, the dirty bubble, fucking up all my parlays.
Oh yeah, the dirty bubble came in. I blame the dirty bubble.
I do too.
Because I had the Chargers in all my parlays as well. So that went out the window immediately.
Yeah, I mean, and for Nickelodeon to let this go on where the dirty bubble can just influence a game like that is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's high time we stop with letting fan interference have a play. The Chiefs have the refs and the Texans have the dirty bubble.
All I want to say is if you're going to put one coach in the dirty bubble, you got to put the other coach in the dirty bubble.
Well, at least have like Mermaid Man come and save Harbaugh, the poor guy.
Yeah.
You know how pissed he's going to be when he finds out he was stuck in the dirty bubble?
Yeah, getting outscored 32-6 after the dirty bubble, that's tough.
Yeah.
That defense, though, looked good.
We'll see how they play in the cold.
Yeah.
Oh, and everyone's like, whoa, where's the Allen jersey? He played great. No, the Bills won, but so did the Texans, and Stephon Diggs won as well. So I wanted to support Stephon. He looked great out there today. Or whatever, this weekend. He looked great. God. He looked really good. I was happy for him. Big playoff win without Josh.
Before we move to this next game, I'm not sure if you saw, but the Texans signed Deontay Johnson. This was a couple weeks ago. And they cut him.
Yeah, because he was pouting in the locker room. Everyone else was smoking cigars and he was pouting.
Is that not crazy?
What was he? 4 teams this year? Panthers. What was it? Panthers, Steelers, Ravens.
He was somewhere before the Panthers, wasn't he? Or did he start on the Panthers?
I think it was Panthers, Steelers, Ravens.
And then Texans.
And then Texans, yeah.
I mean, he was on 3 playoff teams and couldn't be happy.
Dude, you're coming into the game here a little bit late. Like, be Odell and wait for your opportunity. Like when he did it with the Rams.
Yes. Just be happy, bro. Just be happy you guys have a playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wide receivers who weren't happy this week, but we'll get into another one later.
Yeah.
Do you want to move on from this game? I mean, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was disappointing. It was also this. I had every other game right in my parlay. It's just sad.
Yeah, that sucks.
I also had Ohio State in it. It was a nice payout. It was like $300, and the Chargers ruined it.
Oh well.
There you go.
Bad for you, Ohio State. The Steelers game. Can I just show this?
Drive that started back at their own 5-yard line. Now they snap it here on a direct snap to Henry. Off to the races he goes. Stiff arming his way to the
heave ho.
Dude, the I don't care that's a 2-score game. This was never remotely close.
No. And I do not like the Ravens, but Derrick Henry is so much fun to watch. I love watching Derrick Henry.
Yeah, him and Lamar balled this game. Like, Lamar now has 3 good playoff games under his belt.
Yeah, because he was going into this with 6 playoff games, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I believe,
and 6 picks.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know. I just Derrick Henry for me, because I don't want to talk about Lamar. I don't want to fucking inflate his tires. Derrick Henry is like Darth Vader. He fucking force chokes guys down to the ground.
Yeah. Darth Vader. Yeah, Derrick Henry had almost 200 yards rushing. The Ravens together had almost 300, like 299.
With no Zay Flower, I will say. No Zay Flowers.
I mean, Lamar only threw under 200. I think it was 170 something.
He like that team just doesn't need to.
No.
He had 175, 2 touchdowns. Russ had 270, 2 touchdowns.
I'm pretty sure they had one drive, 85 yards, and all they did was run the ball. I don't think they threw it one time. 85 yards. They scored a touchdown.
I mean, Derrick Henry, 26 carries for 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, the Steelers team was outmatched.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's like you can say they did what Philly did and just lost into they looked good and then they lost in. Their defense didn't look great. Yeah. I get they were trying to shut down Lamar instead of Derrick Henry.
You have to learn how to do both, though. Especially in the same division, you have to know by now.
This is the third
game you played against each other. People are ragdolling Russell Wilson right now. He didn't play terrible.
I don't think he's to blame. I seriously do not.
I want to know where TJ Watt was.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm wondering if there's injuries or something like that. Pittsburgh does this every year. So if you're a Steelers fan, I get why you could be upset. But at the same time, you made the playoffs. Like, you shouldn't have even made the playoffs.
What do you do with Mike Tomlin now?
You have to keep him.
It's last 7 years losing your playoff games in a row.
Would you rather be in the playoffs or not be?
That's true.
Literally, I think it was TJ Watt said, oh, no, Pat Fryermuth said, we're not in the playoffs without Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, which, I mean, I agree. Their team is not playoff worthy. They have an excellent coach. But if you don't win in the postseason, does it matter?
I just like go get, I don't know, go get JJ McCarthy maybe.
Yeah, like now you're worrying about a quarterback again. I don't think they keep Russ. I mean, I'd keep Fields. I feel like, I mean, he went 4-1 to start the season or 4-0.
Yeah, but he had worse stats.
It is a different offense though. Like, he can run the ball.
Yeah, that, but also go get more help on the offense.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I like George Pickens and Najee Harris, are either of those top 10 guys?
No.
Not even close.
No, not close.
So if you don't have a top 10 wide receiver, you don't have a top 10 running back.
Even top 15, really.
Exactly. I'd agree on both those. And you look at all these actual playoff contenders, they either have a good quarterback, a good wide receiver, or a good running back, and most of them have all three.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just at this point, like, it was a boring game because it was just Baltimore the whole time. Steelers looked dead the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They just got shut down. The Ravens defense looks good, dude. They look so much better in the last couple weeks than they have.
For sure.
Like, the pass defense looks way better.
Yep.
It's gonna be a battle next week.
Next week's gonna be a dogfight, and the Bills always get the second round dogfight. Like, they never don't. And I guess that comes with, hey, go win the division or go win the conference.
Yeah.
Go get the 1 seed. But what was it? Last year was Chiefs. The year before that was
us.
You guys. The year before that was Chiefs again. I want to say, like, it's just always a dogfight for us. So
yeah.
And you gotta, if you want to win the Super Bowl, you gotta beat teams like this. So let's move on to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Let's start off with
Sutton on first down. Yeah, the pass was there.
Oh, a fake! Look at this! Riley Dixon completes it to Mims. Oh, what a call!
Sean Payton was in his bag at the first half.
Yeah, I don't know what happened because when you're playing Buffalo, you're the underdog. You have a rookie QB. Your team was supposed to have less. Their over under this year, I believe, was 6.5 wins.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs. You're playing one of the best offenses in the league. You have to go for everything. If you're on the Bills side of the field, you go for it. Anything under 4th and 5, you go for. You have to get points all the time because Allen is going to run up the score on you, which he did.
Yeah, and they played the first half right, but then they stopped going for it. They stopped playing like when they're
the
out.
Ball.
Yeah, I mean, but they were outgunned in almost every category on the offense. If you went this or that, you would go Buffalo.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he stopped, but check out Meat
Big
Dad.
play here. Trying to go up top for it.
He wants to run for it, Jim. He wants to just go get it with his legs. He's trying to find
It wasn't there, so now he's got to throw it deep to the end zone. And was that caught? Yes! Ty Johnson!
Disgusting.
Allen is crazy for throwing that ball. And Ty Johnson, who is a running back, made that catch. That's an insane catch for a wide receiver to make, let alone a second, third string running back.
I don't know if you remember this, but what do you think that was? Do you think that was like a 3rd and 5 or?
That was 4th down, right?
That was 4th and 1.
Yeah. with James Cook, an offensive line that's been dominating the game, and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And you lost the ball 40 yards.
And that's a broken down play that's strictly Allen. I'm not giving any credit to the coaching staff on that. That's a quarterback throwing a great ball and a running back making a great catch. Like, that was perfect.
Yeah, that's insane.
The other thing is everyone was talking about, the refs had to go apologize to Allen. No, they didn't. They didn't go apologize to him. They told him to stop bitching about it. Yeah, so fuck off, Chiefs fans.
On Twitter. No, they didn't say sorry. They said shut the fuck up, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, sorry. I want to bring it back to that second half for the Broncos. Bo Nix threw 22 times
in
a game that they lost 31-7. What quarterback only throws 22 times down like that? There's never. You usually a quarterback, when you see them lose 31-7, they've thrown the ball 55 times.
I just think also they just didn't have as much time on the clock as you think. Like, I don't know what the breakdown is for time of possession, but I guarantee the Bills had a fuck ton more time.
Yeah, it was 41 minutes to 18 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's just domination.
Yeah. But you can't run in the second half. They would run the ball, try to throw, didn't work, punt. They did that three drives in a row. You throw the ball. You're down so much.
Agreed, 100%. Agreed. I just they were outgunned. Sean Payton came out with the right game plan, and I think he went, let me not damage my reputation. But I don't know. If you're a Broncos fan and you were chanting, "We want Buffalo," you didn't have there's Goose. You didn't have a fucking choice.
Yeah, no.
So don't chant, "We want Buffalo."
That doesn't even make sense.
Stupid. And we'll get into the Commanders after. I don't think it's ever worked out for a team to chant, "We want blank," because they never win. It never works out.
If you win, you're like, "Oh, we won." And if you lose, you look like a douchebag. You look like a douchebag.
It's the same thing when people put jerseys and shit on the Philly statue outside of Philly. What is it? The Rocky statue or whatever?
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyways, the game was, I'm happy, obviously. I would be angry if we won, but I'm not going to act like this was some big achievement beating the Broncos.
Yeah. And I mean, the Broncos, they have something to look forward to next year. They found their QB. They're going to get rid of, they have an $86 million cap hit because of Russ.
Yeah.
That'll be gone. They'll have a lot of room to free agency, draft. They have a lot of room.
Oh, yeah. So. Yeah, this was nice. And now your young quarterback has a playoff game under his belt, so he's been there.
Yeah.
I don't have any clips for this game, but Green Bay and Philly.
This game was the worst game.
It started off with bullshit. I hate the Packers, but that was not a fumble.
No. No. That I don't understand. I did go on X, the Everything app, afterwards, and I did see a bunch of people saying he didn't have clear possession of the ball, and then there was a dog pile, and whoever ends up with it, they get the ball type thing.
No, I saw him have it, and it got ripped out of his hand.
Yeah.
I hate the Packers, but again, like, that was bullshit.
Apparently, it's not a penalty, the head-to-head. I did see that. It's not a penalty because he is a free runner. What is it? He's not endangered or something. He lowered his head. So, but he should have recovered the ball. That game started off ridiculously.
And Green Bay was in it. It was only 10-3, I think, for the longest time.
10-3 for a minute. Like, it was 10-0 for a little bit. It was 10-0 for the half, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I said this last week. Jordan Love, man.
You're right. He looked terrible.
Terrible.
And if you're Green Bay, you have questions about your quarterback.
And it sucks because you came in this game without Christian Watson. Then you lost Reed, and then you lost Wicks.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not Wicks, Dobbs. You lost Dobbs. Like, you're playing with your third, fourth string guy as your number one, and then two nobodies coming in. It's hard to come back from.
Yeah. And Philly's run defense looks good, man. Like, when they play, I'm assuming they'll play the Lions. It's going to be interesting to see what the Lions' game plan is, because these two teams have not played each other, and the Lions are so heavy on the run, but they also have wide receivers. So
yeah,
the other thing,
move the ball much better than Green Bay can.
Yeah, the other thing is it was Dallas Goedert's game today, apparently. Is it weird to read a book on the sidelines?
I saw his tweet about saying, like, yeah, I read this book all the time. If I'm having a good or a bad game or whatever he said, and like it helps me, but that looks terrible for you.
Did you see what Jalen Hurts said?
Yeah, he said, do you have a clip?
I don't have the clip, no, but he said, I've never seen him read.
Yeah, I've never, what?
They're fucking, that team, it like, they might be good because Saquon will carry them. And I'm not saying everyone else is playing awesome. Hurts is playing awesome. When the wide receivers get going, they're playing awesome. Goddard had a great game. Their defense looks good.
Yeah.
But something's going to break coming soon, I think. Where
it reminds me, you ever play FIFA? It reminds me when you build your team in FIFA and you have a bunch of good players, but zero chemistry.
Yeah, but it's weird for this team that's been together. Like, this is like
yeah, AJ Brown's been there.
And this team is not all that different from the Super Bowl run a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they have great, like, their defense has great pieces. Their offensive line looks ridiculous. They let Jalen Hurts throw for 7 seconds to Dotson for the first touchdown. That made no sense. I was like, I only dream of having that offensive line one day. I can only dream of having that offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Saquon is an animal.
Yeah, that guy is another guy who's just fun to watch, except for when he like pulls out his he basically went like this and stuck his tongue out and then went I can't, and then pull back. That's what he did. Because I had him, I would have won like $200, $300 if he would have just fucking ran that touchdown in. I had him for 4 parlays.
The team was yelling at him to get in. The team was yelling at him, go, go, go. Bro, he parted the Red Sea and was like, nah, I'm good.
And I would, if it was a 1-score game, I get it. 100% do that.
Yeah, but you're up 22-10.
Dude, they weren't coming back.
No,
they gave up after the 6-minute mark hit, and it was like, oh, it's over, it's done.
Yeah.
So
sorry, go ahead.
I'm just pissed off. Like, again, super wild card weekend, more like stinky poopy weekend.
Yeah. I was gonna say Josh Jacobs too on the other side. He's been great all year, and I mean his stats reflect him having a good game. He has over 80 yards and a tutty, but a lot of those yards came in the second half and like killed time, and like it was never an urgent thing for the Eagles.
For the Packers, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was like it looked like it was never urgent, but it should have been.
Yeah, that, and it was just like,
I guess they had no one to throw to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but there are levels to the running back. Like, Josh Jacobs is a good running back.
Yeah,
guys like Saquon, Derrick Henry are great, elite, cream of the crop running backs.
Yeah, when you go for 1,900 and 2,000 yards in a season, come on.
Yeah, I think that's all we have to say on that. I mean, if you're a Green Bay fan, you're disappointed, but last year you kind of overstayed your welcome.
Yeah, that's true too. It is disappointing. Like they had the equal time of possession. They both had almost 30 minutes, and Green Bay could not put it in the end zone. Jordan Love threw 3 picks. Like,
he looked terrible. You were right when you said stop throwing it off your back foot. Like,
yeah, I'm so nervous for, like, if I was a Green Bay fan, I'd be so nervous going into the next season, being like, "Okay, I'm stuck with this guy. We paid him $250 million."
Which is stupid. I thought that was dumb at the time.
Yeah, like 1 year, and you're like, "Okay, this is him." Went to the playoffs, great, but Sam Darnold went to the playoffs too. So
let me get a little bit sidetracked here, because you saying that just made me think of something. Like, how overpaid are there's probably 10 quarterbacks who are overpaid right now. I'm gonna say,
oh yeah,
team. You tell me if their quarterbacks on over or underpaid or fairly paid. Arizona, Kyler Murray.
Oh, he's got to be over. He's got to be making $50 million. He's overpaid.
He's overpaid for sure.
Yeah.
I think once you, like, if we go to, there's about a list of 3 here that I'm going to go off on, and all 3 of them maybe should be paid more, but Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincy, all those are top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, overpaid.
What a bag chaser, though. I respect that.
I respect it too. Carolina and Chicago have rookie quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, overpaid. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he's the highest paid, which he did have almost an MVP season last year, but he
only beat one good team.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He choked, like, he can't play a good team. He can't do it.
Broncos rookie quarterback. Lions. Jared Goff.
Goff deserves the money. Look what that team's doing.
He's fairly paid.
Yeah.
They did the smartest thing possible with him. Texans rookie quarterback. Green Bay, Jordan Love.
Like, wildly overpaid. I don't want to say he's not top 10, because he could float around that 10 spot. I'd have to go through the quarterbacks, but he could float between that 15 and 10 spot.
Okay, wait. So out of the quarterbacks we just named, would you take? You're taking all 3 of the.
Yes.
Bills, Bengals, Ravens. Are you taking Kyler Murray?
Close. See, that those 2 are very close. I think Kyler has the legs.
Let's call it a wash then.
Yeah.
Are you taking Dak?
Yeah, I'm taking Dak.
Are you taking Jared Goff?
Yeah, I'm taking Goff.
Okay. Are you taking Matthew Stafford, who I think is deservedly paid?
Yes.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence.
I'd take Trevor, I think.
Okay. Do you think Trevor Lawrence is overpaid?
I do think he's overpaid.
Okay.
I think you should pay a guy based off of what he's done for your team. Josh Allen is Buffalo.
Oh, they wouldn't be in the playoffs without him.
The Bengals is Joe Burrow. It is like without him, we're screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and let me give credit to Mahomes. Like they looked like dog shit without him last week.
Yeah.
And I know it was kind of still like they didn't give a fuck and they wanted to lose, but Mahomes does make that team significantly better. Like,
oh yeah,
way better, I will say. And I don't praise his flowers much because I hate the team, but he's a great quarterback. Anyways, the Chiefs, the Vikings. I think we could both say. Do you think the Saints overpaid Derek Carr?
What's his contract? Do you know how much?
Let me pull it up.
I mean, the answer is probably yes, because he is the most losing quarterback of all time throughout 11 seasons. But he does
4 years, $150 million.
No, I'd say that's right. I feel like that is like those are the people that deserve to be in the league still, but don't deserve a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean that's just so much money. But the Raiders don't have a quarterback. The Giants overpaid Danny Dimes. The Chargers, this one's interesting. What's Herbert's contract?
I believe Herbert's making $50 million a year,
which is something we didn't even discuss.
That's true.
5 years, $262 million.
That's tough.
Okay, here's the thing. I like Herbert. I do think he's a good quarterback. Don't ever bring him up because Joe Burrow gets this comparison all the time, and I'm going to stand up for your boy. This isn't even my boy. People bring up, like, they'll go Mahomes, they'll go Lamar, then they'll go Allen, they'll go Joe Burrow, and then they'll immediately go Herbert, and they'll go, ooh, you could intertwine those two. You cannot.
No, I think those four quarterbacks are above. Like those are the Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers of now.
Yeah,
that's who those four quarterbacks are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's a little bit overpaid. Hurts, I think he's all right. I think he's fairly paid.
See, at least he brought that team to a Super Bowl. He's proven that he can win playoff games. Yes, he's had some bad games, but he does deserve the money at the end of the day.
Overall, he wins games.
Yeah.
Tua.
Yeah, he got bag. Holy smokes, he got a bag. I mean, a healthy Tua, if he never got concussed, maybe. But he's paid him.
They paid him when they knew about the concussion shit.
Yeah. You can't.
Obviously, Brock Purdy is not paid. Neither is Drake May.
He'll get a bag.
Geno Smith, I think he's fairly paid. I don't know if you'd agree.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they choked. He did come off of MVP season, so I do understand the bag, but that one's just tough to fall into.
Yeah, I think one of the best contracts in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, what is it? $100 million 4 years? $100 million 3 years?
Something like that. Yeah, great contract.
$33 million a year, which I mean sounds like a lot, but these guys are making 50 plus.
Yeah, let me see here. Until 2026. $100 million contract worth up to 115 in incentives and 50 million guaranteed.
Yeah, he deserves that big time. He's underpaid, like you said.
Yeah, and then the Titans and Commanders don't have a quarterback, and the Pittsburgh Steelers paid Russ $1 million.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think some of these guys are way they overpaid the fuck out of some of these guys, and the Browns really screwed the pooch for most of them.
Yeah, I love that for them.
All right, sorry. Let's get back into playoffs. Washington Commanders Bucks. Congratulations, Washington fans. Good for
Finally
you.
a good game.
Yeah, the best game of the weekend. Game of the weekend by far.
Yeah.
That kicker has ADHD or something, no?
Yeah, he has OCD. I saw that.
Actually?
Yeah, he is diagnosed with OCD. Yeah.
That was driving me nuts.
I was so confused.
Anyways, let's watch.
The Washington Commanders off the upright, and it is in! They doink their way to Sweet. Back in the net.
What is that? I mean, 27-yarder? That's crazy.
Who doinks it in?
Oh.
Good for Commanders fans, man. Like, that's got to be – because the doink happened, and I went, whoa.
Yeah.
And then it worked out. But I don't know. It was a good game. I think I don't have much on this game. Like, it was like as much as it was the best game of the week, if this happened on a random Sunday, besides the doink, I wouldn't think anything of this game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just because the other games were so bleh that this game stood out. Because it came down to the wire. This was actually anybody's game, which was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Both the Bucks started off hot, ended poorly. I think the Commanders started off poorly, ended hot, and
yeah, it went. Actually, well, I mean, it was a 10-10 game going into half.
That's true. It was. Yeah, it was a good game,
but. I don't know. I mean, Jaden Daniels, if you're a Washington fan, first off, I would be scared for my life every time that motherfucker gets hit because it looks
stick, dude.
Dude, it looks like he dies and then he just bounces up, and it's like, okay, I guess he's alive.
And he took a couple big ones to the knees too, like.
Yeah.
But,
and the other thing too is for Bucks fans, like it just like. You did enough to get in, but it just like you need to. I don't know. Todd Bowles is like he played the defense wrong, and he's supposed to be the defensive guy.
Yeah.
I've had the same issues with McDermott, so it's like I don't know. I don't know enough about the Bucks. I like the Bucks as a team because I like Baker and I like Mike Evans and I like Chris Godwin, and Bucky was fun this year, but
yeah.
They need some tune-up.
Yeah, they weren't Super Bowl caliber, but it still was a good game.
I agree, and I do think as much as the Commanders definitely deserve to win this game, I think the Bucks would have been a more they will put up more of a fight than the Commanders, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bucks did beat the Lions at the start of the year,
and that sounds ridiculous to say, but I don't know if do you feel the same way though?
I do. I feel like you don't know what Bucks are gonna get. That's why. I mean, they had some bad games this year. Obviously,
I mean they lost to the Falcons twice.
Yeah, but then they also had games where they. I know it's against bad teams, but they did drop 40 points on some of these teams. Like,
yeah.
And then they also beat the Lions and the Eagles this year.
Yeah, so they beat good teams.
Yeah. It just wasn't their game.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just close my door real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Bucky Irving had 77 yards. Like, Baker only had 185. You know. So.
Alrighty. You want to move on from them and go to the last game of the week?
Yeah.
I think this. No, this one might be the clip. Oh, I tried that.
Chargers, big play here.
By Sutton.
Darnold, ball's out. Picked up by Verse. Off to the races. And gone for the touchdown.
This was all game long.
Defensive Rookie of the Year right there.
I'd agree. But like the Lions put out the playbook to beat this team, in my opinion, last week.
I have this written down. Sam Darnold has lost more money in the last 2 weeks than I will ever make in my entire life.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad for the guy because when the lights were the brightest and when it came down, if he beat the Lions, the contract still would have been there, I think. I don't even think he had to win this playoff game. I think if he beat the Lions, the lights would have been there, and then they could have lost at home.
To be fair, though, if they beat the Lions, he wouldn't have played this week.
No, I know. I'm saying even if next week he lost at home to it would have been the Commanders, I still think he would have got paid.
There's two scenarios here. The first one is if he beats the Lions, and let's say everything else happens, and he gets the Commanders, and then he dog walks the Commanders.
Yeah,
because Minnesota's just a better team. He's in a conference finals, probably against either the Eagles, Detroit, or the Rams, and no matter what is getting paid, whatever more than what Kirk got paid last year in free agency.
Yeah, he should be making upwards of $40 million.
How many times did he get sacked? I think he got sacked 9 times. So it wasn't just him. I hate the fact that I'm coming to the defense of Sam Darnold because all year I've always been like, wait until he turns into a pumpkin. And it's so easy to say this now. If I wish I would have expressed this more before the game, but it's the most bogus ass take to completely blame this on Sam Darnold, though.
I mean, I do want to see the stat of how many of those sacks were his fault, but he held on to that ball for so long. Every play, he threw that ball behind Hawkinson for the touchdown. He threw it behind Naylor twice. Bad misses. Wide open, threw it behind him. He threw it behind Jefferson twice. Bad misses. Terrible. Like he was playing as if he hadn't played as if he was a backup.
He was 25 for 40. I mean, that's terrible. And I think the reason why he reverted back to Jets Sam Darnold is because they were rushing him. Like that offensive line looked awful. Yeah. They were bulldozing them. So he probably thought that he was playing for the Jets again, and that's why he played so bad.
But you know what the good quarterbacks do? Like Allen, like Burrow, like Lamar, like Mahomes, they get rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds when they have to. They know how to maneuver. They can whittle throughout the pocket, and they can get rid of the ball when they have to. He just held on to it. He froze in that big moment every time.
Agreed, but I also think like when you got a guy like Sam Darnold, or let's throw Jordan Love in that category, or Russell Wilson right now, currently, or like like he's not a top tier. Sam Darnold's basically not going to win you a game ever. It's not going to be Sam Darnold that wins you a game.
Yeah, agreed.
But if you can manage him properly, he'll win you games. I'm not going to say he just saw ghosts back to back. It was like the boogeyman found him, and the boogeyman was rushing him and making him think quicker.
Yeah, he couldn't do that. He couldn't think quick. He couldn't think on his feet. He couldn't get the ball out of his hands, which you can't blame play design because they started running shorter plays. They had hooks and outs and like across the middle. Like Hawkinson was open a few times.
Oh yeah, but like you have to get Justin Jefferson the ball at all costs.
Agreed. Well. And the throws that he made a lot of the game were bad throws. Like especially to some wide open, like Naylor. When I say Naylor was wide open, I'm talking a 5-yard radius around him, and he threw it probably a yard too short and behind him. And you can't do that as a starting quarterback who's won 14 games.
Do you partially blame Dan Campbell?
What? Oh, for showing the playbook?
No, for saying we'll see you in 2 weeks. They had that up in their locker room.
Yeah.
If the Rams can get past the Eagles, it's gonna be a little bit scary.
I did go into this game. I took the Rams outright. I took Washington plus, I think 3.5 it was. I took this outright. I mean, it comes down to the quarterback play, and I mean, we are going to trust Stafford more than we trust Sam Darnold. Simple as that. I'm going to trust McVay. The fact that he rested his starters in the last week, I said this right before the game. I said the fact that he rested his starters, he knows he just has to win against good teams. So I just trust him to do that. And he did. They beat the Vikings.
What do they say in John Wick? Baba Yaga? Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
Baba, the boogeyman.
Oh, yeah.
He's the Baba Yaga, that creepy motherfucker. No, I like Matt Stafford. And yeah, everything you said, you hit the nose on everything. The other thing I will say is the move to Arizona and all the fires and shit happening. There's 2 ways this could go. Either A, the team gets folded and destroyed. I'm talking about the Chargers or the Rams. Or B, they band together and take this as we're doing this for the fucking city, and that's what they did. So
yeah,
good for them. Great coaching. They basically did the opposite of the Chargers, and I don't think that's Jim Harbaugh's fault, but
it was the dirty bubbles.
I mean, you can't send the dirty bubble after Jim Harbaugh. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Who's got it better than us? The Texans.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to get into Dude's draft of the week before we get into next week?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alrighty. Alrighty, Dude's draft of the week.
Let's spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Oh no.
Oh no.
Jordan is fist bumping so hard right now. Do you know how fired up he probably is?
This should be a tough one.
I think you have first pick.
Okay.
You can take your time too.
My first pick I think is easy. It gets harder after this one. I will take in the Dude's draft of the week. Worst places to take a shit. Number 1 overall.
Here we go.
Will be a construction site porta potty.
Yeah, that's fucking. I've had to do a couple of those. Those are bad, man. Those are bad.
Illegal things I would do before doing that. Like
you ever read I'm on the job site, like it's hot as hell. You're sitting there, you're sweating. I had to wear pants and like stuff like that. But you read like mark which one you like best, and it's boobs, ass, penis. Penis had like 400 marks. Construction guys are a different breed. There's some sick fucks, and I respect that. But yeah, I'm gonna go the American Taco Bell bathroom post the large, like the typical Southern beast, a real heifer.
I almost think Taco Bell shouldn't have bathrooms just for the employees' sake. Like, that is a terrible mess to go clean up.
Could you imagine you're getting paid minimum wage and they go, hey, swab the poop deck? How awful is that? No, thank you.
No, thanks.
That might be worse than having to take a poop in there. Clean the pooper.
Yeah. There's minimum wage is crazy for that job.
And they're like, 17-year-old kids or never mind.
Okay. For my second pick, I will take on an airplane.
I've never had to do that.
I don't like pissing on an airplane. I'm not a fan. I don't know why. I think it's because it's the tightest little space that you have to go. And there's always someone at the door being like, hey, you done in there? You done yet?
That's
like, bro,
true.
I can't even piss, let alone take a shit. You're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Leave me alone
fair.
for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's kind of true. I do like that. I'll do you one better. Okay, for this one, you're on vacation or you're going camping in an RV with your friend's family. It's not your family. Small RV. You haven't pooped in 2 days and you have to take a dump. Pooping in that bathroom, everyone knows you did it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's toast. That's my pick. Pooping in your friend's RV.
That's honestly, I don't know if I can even take this anymore because that's pretty close to what I was going to say. I was going to say taking shit at someone's house the first time going over. The first time you've been to their house, you're like I have to. I just ate 18 slices of Domino's pizza. I'm going to have to do this.
Pooping at the in-laws? First time? Hi, nice to meet you. Let me light it up. Show you what a real man feels like by destroying your bathroom 5 minutes after shaking your hand. Oh, we're having ribs for dinner? Great. So is that what you're taking? Your friend's house?
Yeah, I'm gonna take your friends the first time going over to like someone's house.
Okay. I'm gonna go pooping at any music festival. I went to Faster Horses and you're sweating all day. They did have showers, but like you're boozing all day and you go and take a dump and it is the grossest bathrooms ever and it's porta potties.
Yeah, and you're just praying you don't sit on vomit.
So and you're hot before you walk in and it's a steam box and then you get out and somehow you're like, oh my God, the AC is on. And I couldn't wipe my ass properly because the toilet paper is too thin. Pooping at a music festival.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. My last pick is simple. You've been on a long drive, and the only place you can stop at is a gas station that looks like it should be shut down for sanitary purposes. They probably deal drugs out of the back room.
Yeah.
There's a wet floor sign in the bathroom. The light barely works. The sink doesn't work. And that's where you have to take your shit.
Yeah. Pooping. Me and you going pooping in the dark. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay. There's probably a couple honorable mentions, but I'm going to go pooping on a boat.
Oh, dude.
Dude, you're rocking back and forth. You probably had a couple cocktails. Hop on the boat with me. We're chin up, trousers down. We're swaying back and forth. You go fucking grab the toilet paper thin. You've got to like shotgun it down. It's brutal. And then you walk out and you're like kind of back. And that's also one of those areas that doesn't have AC and also is tight.
Yeah, everyone knows you're the one that just took the shit in there.
Oh, 100%.
They have to. You just came from there.
And then a female walks in behind you, and that's when you know you're in real danger.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to go swim in the lake for a bit.
Yeah, pooping on the boat.
Any honorable mentions?
I mean, school.
School, terrible.
No one wants to poop at school. I mean, as you get older, like I'll let them fly at school now. Who gives a fuck?
But that toilet paper back in the day too, like
it was still made out of
nothing.
There's nothing like playing at home. There's no better feeling, even when you go on vacation and you know you're fine on vacation. Like,
yeah,
once you get back to home base and you like can set up all your little army troops and go to town, there's nothing better. Maybe we should add best poops in the world, because coming back from vacation and pooping in your home base is the best thing ever. You could also just do girlfriend's house as well.
Yeah, outside.
Oh yeah, that's bad. Camp. How did we miss camping?
Camping, yeah. Just having to, yeah, that's tough. One that came to mind, I haven't done this, but I'm related to someone that has, is in a grocery store asking an employee if there's a bathroom, and he's like, no, there's only one in the back, and you're like, can I use that one?
Oh,
so you go to use the employee bathroom in the back of the store.
And just light it up?
Just light it up.
That sucks. And you're like on it's 2-minute warning. You gotta get the ball downfield.
It better be 2-minute warning if you're asking to use the employee bathroom.
I just gotta take a piss real quick. I'll be quick. 3 minutes runs by and you got all the toilet paper pulled out. You're pinching it. Yeah, no, there's a lot of there's more bad places to poop than good places in the world.
Yeah.
That's something we need to figure out. I'll say something. I had to drop a log at in public at a school, I'll say. And I pooped in school before. It sucks. There's fucking like a gap this big and there's people all around you. It sucks. I went into this one bathroom in London, school in London, and I had to drop a deuce real bad. It was about to be bad. I walk in, full solid wooden oak doors from floor to ceiling, and you're like drywalled in. So it's like that was the best public.
That sounds beautiful.
It was amazing. Why is every bathroom? This should be standard, people.
Yeah, why?
Not animals.
Why is there holes underneath stalls? Just go to the floor.
Apparently, Europeans find that weird too. I don't know the reason why.
Make it safe. Don't let someone climb under this thing while I'm taking a shit.
You ever see the videos of like kids or people with disabilities just sneaking up under there? What are you doing?
Bro, I'd lose my mind.
Oh no, you're getting a kick.
Yeah.
And then a quick
little ape action.
Yeah, a little baboon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put them down to the floor. What are we doing?
Make pooping great again. I got a red hat on. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, that was Dude's draft of the week. Shout out to Jordan. That was his suggestion. You're a sick freak, Jordan. All right,
we're back.
Do you want to get into the Super Divisional Wildcard weekend games?
Yes, sir.
I'll pull these up on screen. I should have pulled them up last time. That's my bad. Give you some visual stimulation here. Lineup is set. The Saturday games. Let's get into. What do you want to do? Do you want to lead up to the? Whoa.
I think we can do them in order.
Okay. Let's jump into Texans Chiefs.
Texans playing at 4:30 on a Saturday, just like they're supposed to.
As God intended, my friend. I mean, do I even have to ask who you have?
What's the line at? Oh, it doesn't have a line. What the hell?
I'm assuming it won't because we are recording on, what is it, Tuesday today?
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday, so we probably won't have a line till they figure out who's all playing. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The hater in me wants to not take the Chiefs.
But this isn't the game to do that.
No.
I mean, the only thing the Chiefs have against them is not playing for 25 days.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a betting man, I would maybe take the Texans to win the first quarter.
Yeah, I can see that.
But Andy Reid, 25 days to prepare. Like
that's and Pacheco's gonna be feeling a little bit better now. Hollywood Brown's back. Hopkins is gonna be there.
Patrick Mahomes also is coming off a buff.
Yeah.
He had a kid.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with Brittany?
Yeah, I know. He
Sucks.
popped out another girl too, so he's gonna have 3 of them in the house.
Oof.
So 3 girls plus Jackson.
Oh yeah, that's tough. Brittany is something. Yeah, I mean this game, it should be Chiefs. I can't ever bet against the Chiefs. They just win.
Mm-hmm. And Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce turn it on during playoffs.
Yeah. I will be betting at Travis anytime.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, how have the Texans played in the cold?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
In the cold, they played New York at the end of October.
They play Baltimore.
They already played KC and they lost.
I think that was at KC?
Yeah, and that was in December. And then Baltimore as well.
So they aren't great in the cold.
No. They actually have lost all of their games in the cold, even to the New York Jets.
Was that the last game of the season, though?
No, the New York Jets was Halloween.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let's be smart here. As much as I want to hate and I want the Texans to win,
yeah,
it's the Chiefs. It's playoffs. It's cold. It's over. I don't know. Do we both want to say our favorite touchdown scorer for each game?
Yeah, I do think I think this game could be a 1-score game within 7, just because the Chiefs like to do that.
Yeah.
And I know it's playoffs. The Chiefs will win, whether they're just up 7 and have the ball back, or if they're tied and they have to go down and score, they're going to do it.
Yeah. I'll give you honors. I mean, you kind of already mentioned.
Yeah, Travis Kelce anytime for sure.
Okay. I'll do my Chief and then okay, I got 2 for this one. I'm going both running backs. I think Mixon and Pacheco will probably both have the touchdowns, in my opinion.
Wow, I could see the Texans not scoring more than 10 points, actually.
I could too, but
that was a quick wash. I love it. It's just, I mean, you're playing the Chiefs. Sorry.
No, it sucks.
Congrats, you got there.
You won more game than I thought you would.
Yeah, exactly. I think this game's going to be fun.
I think this is going to be a beat down.
I do think it's going to be high scoring, though.
No. No.
You think the Lions just shut them down completely?
100%.
I feel like the Lions have trouble against the mobile quarterback.
I don't think it matters with Anzalone in the backfield like this. Like, I would agree 100% with that, but and they did struggle with Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is a different breed of running quarterback than Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels runs almost out of necessity rather than play design runs for him. The Commanders aren't play designing, I don't think, for him to run. And they might
very often.
But I think if you go by every position, I think the quarterback is better. I think the running backs are better. I think the wide receivers are better. I think the tight end's better. I think the entire defense is better.
O-line's better.
The O-line's better. I think
don't get me wrong.
The home field advantage is going to crush this team.
I think the Lions will definitely walk away with a massive win. I just think it's going to be high scoring. I think the Lions could win this game like 38-24, 38-21 type score.
Okay, I get first touchdown. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs 2 touchdowns though. I don't want 1. I want him for 2.
Yeah, that's the play. I would take Jahmyr anytime. I think I would take JD anytime as well.
Interesting.
I think the Lions defense is good, and I think he's gonna have to move out of the pocket a lot.
Aiden, this is an
constantly.
8 p.m. game on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
In Detroit.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna make him move a lot. They're gonna put a lot of pressure at him. They're gonna throw a lot of people at him. He's gonna have to run, which I don't think they can win the game like that whatsoever.
I just don't see them, and this might be arrogance in me. I don't see them scoring any touchdowns. I see them only scoring a field goal.
Shit.
This might be arrogant. Like and Detroit could come out like old soda. They could come out flat, but they're rested. They're the team that needed the rest the most. They got it. Monty's going to be back. Detroit's going to be on fire. Like, the stadium might burn down before the game starts. That's how loud it's going to be. This game, do you agree that do you think this game's going to be a good game out of all the games this week?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game as we're going to watch two teams run up scores. I do think it's going to be 38 and then low 20s.
Okay. What do you think's a better game, Baltimore Bills or?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think the Baltimore Bills game's at, ticket price wise? American USD.
For like a shitty seat, like a minimum.
Yeah, minimum seat for both.
The Lions pay. I'm gonna go $240 for the Bills game, and I'll go $320 for the Lions game.
$190 for the Bills game, $500 for the Detroit game.
Detroit's showing up
on Ticketmaster, dude.
Stadium Pulse.
Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson Jr., and Terry McLaurin, I all like. I like them, but I just don't see a way that
I don't think the game will ever be close. When I say it's high scoring, I don't think. Oh, here we go. There's the spread. The Chiefs by 8. I like that.
9.5. I'm taking the over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Detroit's going to win by 2 scores. I just think the score is going to be so high that that Washington will score points.
Yeah,
I think Detroit could win by 3 scores.
I would agree with that. I've been wrong before. Maybe Washington puts up a fight. They're a hot, feisty team. Who knows? But if you're a Washington fan, I think this is where you go, okay, we lost to the best team in football.
Yeah.
But anyways, this game I think is going to be a dogfight. Rams Eagles.
Yeah, I am excited for this, mostly because I don't really care who wins. So it's just going to be good football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cheering for either team. I'm not cheering. I guess I'm cheering for the Rams. I'd rather the Rams win.
Yeah.
Because Philly. But this is going to be close. They have to get Cooper Kupp involved. They did not get Cooper Kupp involved against the Vikings, and they didn't need to. This game, they're going to have to.
Is he hurt?
I don't know. He had 1 catch for like 30 yards, and that was it.
He's got to be hurt, no?
He hasn't. The end of the season has not done him well whatsoever.
Where would you this is beyond the playoff games, but where would you take him in fantasy next year? As realistic as possible. What round?
6-ish.
That's way higher than me.
Damn, yeah. I wonder if they trade him. If they trade him, that'd be big.
Oh, 100%. But
yeah, I don't want to I don't know. I drafted him 3rd round this year. And he had some games, but he also just at the end of the season he just lets you down so much.
Randy sat him in the championship final and won because of it. So
yeah.
Anyways, let's get.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say having the Triple Crown 3 years ago and now being replaced by Puka is insane work to me.
The number one picks, we talked about it a little bit last week, I think. The number one picks of every year are not the number one pick. Like they never turned out well. It went Jonathan Taylor, it went Cooper Kupp, it went Christian McCaffrey this year. Like next year, it's going to be either Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I hope so.
It never works out.
Stay away from Jamar. He better not be the one. He better not be the 1-1. I'll be pissed.
I'm gonna draft him 1-1 just to. Anyways, I'm taking Kyron under, depending on what his yards are.
Yeah, they have the Eagles by 6 here. I'm gonna take the Rams plus 6. I think the Eagles didn't play the Packers good enough for me to not take the Rams plus 6.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say is, did you see that video of the Philly fan calling the Green Bay girl ugly? And
yes.
So Big Dom came out. For those of you who don't know who Big Dom is, wake up. He's like the Eagles' head of security. Funny guy, whatever. He said that the team is banning him from the stadium, the Eagles fan, and sending the girl free merch, like free Green Bay merch, not Eagles merch, Green Bay merch. I thought that was pretty cool because Philly fans are douchebags and you ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
If you're from Philly and you act like that, you're a piece of shit. For that reason, I hope the Rams win.
Yes.
I think the Eagles will win. Who's your anytime?
I'll tell you who isn't my anytime. That's AJ Brown.
Okay.
Because he's gonna be reading the whole time. My anytime, it has to be Saquon, right? He has to get a tutty.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
He has to score a tutty in the playoffs.
Yeah, I only bet a lot of money on that last week, but I'm gonna go the exact opposite reason. I'm gonna go AJ because of the big stink that happened this week.
All right, I don't mind that.
I think the reverse flip will happen. For the Rams, let's pick both teams for this one because it could go either way.
I'll definitely take Puka here. I think he might get a couple.
What's their tight end's name? What's the Rams tight end's name?
Higbee?
Yeah, Higbee. Give me him. Give me Iguodala.
Goddard's not a bad show either. He's consistent in the playoffs.
100%. Agreed. Here, you take over for like 2 seconds on this one. I'll be right back.
All right. We have MV3 versus the new MVP, Josh Allen. This game is, first of all, I can't believe they have the Ravens favored by 1. So I was just telling the audience they have the Ravens favored by 1 point.
Yeah, they're stupid.
The Bills are at home. I don't know how you don't give it to the Bills, which I almost like for you guys though. I almost like being the underdog.
I love it.
You're gonna make me the underdog in my house, in my home. I like that.
Dude, listen. Everyone's pointing to the last game. We were missing, I think it was either 7 or 9 of our current starters in that last game, including Matt Milano, including Amari Cooper, like major pieces on our defense.
Yeah.
As long as we can shut down Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, it's over. I don't care how good the Ravens defense looks. Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is carried. He's almost dead weight sometimes to Derrick Henry. You ever been dragged by a tube? Derrick Henry is the boat, and Lamar Jackson is the tube in behind. Sure, sometimes he'll jump up and make cool flips, but Derrick Henry's dragging the boat. He carries the boat. So, give me the Bills, and I think we dog walk the Ravens.
I'm going to say this. The over-under is 51.5. I don't think this is going to be that type of game.
No, I don't think so either.
I think this is going to be a holy shit. This is hard. Two of the best offenses. I mean, you can say Derrick Henry carries the team, but the fact that Derrick Henry has 2,000 yards and 16 touchdowns, and Lamar still managed to throw for more than 4,000 and get 41 tutties is kind of unheard of. And he rushed for 900 himself. That's the best offense in the league. This is MVP versus MVP. I wish they, after the game, just handed it to the winner.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it should go.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I wish we knew who won MVP because I'd be betting on the other team.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to look like such a dipshit if the Bills don't win. So, I mean, give me the Bills. Home team. Let's do it. It's now or never, because if we don't win this game, fire McDermott if we don't win this fucking game. I'm so ready. Let's do this, Buffalo, please.
I will also be taking Buffalo to win because I think the Buffalo KC matchup is inevitable. It must happen. It will happen. So, and to do that, they both must win these games. I will take Buffalo.
Okay. Favorites to score a touchdown.
Josh Allen.
Okay. I think Derrick Henry gets one. But for the Bills, give me Keon Coleman coming up in big time.
My second would be Lamar. I will take both quarterbacks to score in this game.
Okay. The only other one I would say is Shakir.
Shakir's been a dog, dude.
Shakir, okay. All right. Are we good on this whole subject?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let me take the sailor hat off real quick. I'll put it back on when we win this game. Okay, so we're good on this, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Do you think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league? I'm a homer, so I want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah, I think he is underrated, definitely in the sense that people don't consider him a number one wide receiver.
He is the Bills' number one wide receiver right now.
I mean, you could say Cooper.
Dude.
I mean, he's not right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's easily a top 32 wide receiver, and I'm not like throwing shade. I'm actually saying like easily. Obviously, he is a number one wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
New England doesn't have one. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the teams. He's better than everybody on New England. It's not close.
Yeah.
I mean,
and let me clarify. I'm not trying to say that he's some bona fide one on every team. I'm not.
No, I know. But he has been so underappreciated, I feel like, as a receiver.
This entire Bills team is just so selfless too. Like, you got Deion Dawkins, you got Shakir, who doesn't care, Coleman, who's always a dog, doesn't care, Amari Cooper, who is he's the exact opposite of what the Bills had last year, number 14, Stephon Diggs. You got James Cook, who's down to either carry the team or just run through bricks. Ty Johnson, who makes plays, doesn't complain that James Cook is getting all the touches. You got Dalton Kincaid, who doesn't care about Dawson Knox getting passes. Like, I felt good going into the season last year. Even if this team loses, and I'm going to throw a fit next week if they lose, I'm going to lose my mind. Even if this team loses, I will say this feels better than last year.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen has to feel so much better. He looks better, not being under pressure, throwing to Diggs, asking for the ball. He can put the ball where he wants to put it.
Way less interceptions.
I mean, your roster is like a more experienced Green Bay roster. I feel like they have a lot of young guys who you're like, okay, who's the clear one? Who's the guy? But they have a lot of good guys. I feel like you guys are in the same position. I mean, I think Shakir is still better. But, I mean, you guys have – like, Curtis Samuel, I wish you guys used him more. Like, that touchdown pass, that's what he's built for. He's built for that.
And we had him in the slot a lot, or for the screen passes and stuff. I hated it this year. We did it a lot. He's fast. Can I give a shout out to my boy Mac Hollins? Might be one of the most fun characters in the league. Dude, I will watch. Today I watched a video of him showing people how to clean out a vacuum. How to properly clean your vacuum. This is a wide receiver.
YouTube channel?
No, a TikTok page.
Oh my god.
And then I go and see him run over a guy on Denver. He bulldozed that kid.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I love this Bills team. I love everyone on the team. They've got enough of where it's like fun characters, but not overwhelming divas that make you tired of the team.
Yeah.
And that's what was missing last year. Sorry, go ahead. I'm done on the Bills. I always yap too much about them.
No, I was just gonna say kind of similar to the same thing, in the fact that they're like Josh Allen has no pressure to have to throw to somebody, and I think it opens up the field for him. He's not zoned in. He's not forcing balls. That's why he has less interceptions. I think he's just more comfortable.
Agreed.
And I think it's a good I think there's a lot of good receivers. They're not big number one names, but they're just good, solid receivers.
It's spread out so much, right?
Yeah.
And I watch a lot more Buffalo Bills games than I do any other team besides maybe Detroit. And I always try and watch Bengals games because you're a Bengals fan. But I watch mainly Buffalo games, and it's like, I don't know. I love this team. We've got a lot more interesting to most people topics to talk about. So I don't want to harp on the Bills too much longer. Let's talk head coaching.
McCarthy's gone.
Okay, we'll get into that one first. Jerry Jones, you're a scumbag. You're a shitty owner. You're a loser. You're a bum. You should probably give up the team because you're a terrible general manager. I don't think Mike McCarthy is a good coach, like a good enough coach to win a Super Bowl by himself without an amazing roster already built. But
yeah,
give the guy he can't interview for any of the vacant jobs right now.
I know.
He can't interview. That's my rant on it.
Yeah, them mutually parting ways and him not being able to try to take another job is so weird. I would love, it'd be so Cowboys if he went somewhere and balled out with a team. It'd be so Cowboys.
I hope he does on the other side. Go to the other side.
Yeah.
maybe so far the win of, I mean, Patriots fans have to be pumped. I thought you should have done it last year with Vrabel. I heard that there might have been in Gerard Mayo's contract that he had to be head coach. I don't know how that works. That seems like a very weird thing to me.
I mean, Kraft did say he 5 years ago said he is the next coach.
So from what I heard on that is the reason why they had it signed in his contract that he would be the next head coach is so he wouldn't leave the team. I don't know the truth on that. This is from me listening to Schefter and Pat McAfee and Hard My Take and First Take and all that. So I don't know. Obviously, I wouldn't fucking know. I'm an idiot in Canada. But good for Patriots fans.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope he sucks.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna suck. I don't know what their win over under is, but if it's like, I think this year is probably 3.5, 4.5. Next year, I'm guessing it's gonna be moved up to probably 7.5. I'll probably take the over. I think with Drake May and $109 million in cap space and Mike Vrabel at the helm, they could build a team. They could make playoffs next year.
Yeah, I think there's two things. A, build up the offensive line, protect Drake May. I think he can be great. Go get him a number one, maybe even a veteran number one. And if they can, go get Micah Parsons. That'd be gnarly.
Yeah. I mean, they have the money to do it. This is the time.
Yeah, and I hope they do none of it, and I hope Vrabel's a fraud. The other, have you seen the Rex Ryan stuff with the Jets?
Dude, what is wrong with him?
Homeless people have looked less desperate than him. We live in Windsor. There's a lot of homeless people. They look less desperate than Rex Ryan for the Jets job.
Like, does he? I when he first came out and said he wanted the job, I thought it was more of like an angry dad fan being like, I can fix this team. Like, let me do it. And now it's like, hey, bro, chillax. They obviously don't want you. Your phone's not ringing. You're 70.
He came out and went, what did he say? When Vrabel got hired, he said, like, can't wait to beat you twice a year or something.
Yeah.
Like he had the job. Listen, the Jets are like the there's no way to put this appropriately. That girl in high school when everyone's like, oh, this girl is actually down to fuck. The Jets are like that, where it's like every head coach is like, I mean, fuck yeah, I'll put my name in. Hopefully she picks me. She's picked a lot of people. So the Jets are clearly desperate, but Rex Ryan is like the more somehow he's more desperate than the Jets.
Yeah, I don't know who the Jets are going to go get, especially if Rodgers stays. Who wants that job?
Do you think he stays?
I don't know if it's up to him or the team. That's the thing. Like, who's going to say no?
It's up to the team. It's up to the team.
See, I can definitely see the team being like, "Okay, come back for one more year. Let's get this bridge quarterback."
Rodgers is he's a man of pride, though. Would you not agree? Like, I won't say no to the Patriots. The Patriots have to trade me. I won't. You know what I mean? So I think he won't. He is the type of boyfriend to like stop hanging out with his girlfriend until she goes, we haven't hung out in 2 months. I'm done with you. And he goes, she dumped me. What do you want from me?
Yeah, he is.
Go to Minnesota.
Complete the trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think McDaniels is in the hot seat.
Miami?
Yeah.
No, he's great.
I can see him going to the Jets, trying something new, especially if Tyreek's gone. I know he said they had that conversation afterwards and stuff was fine and he was just heated.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving. He can't leave. It's a backloaded contract. We looked at it.
Yeah. That team's in shambles.
The other teams, I'll just list them off. The Saints, who apparently that's Aaron Glenn. The Jaguars, who are rumblings for Ben Johnson.
I could see that one for
The
sure.
Bears, who are also rumbling for Ben Johnson.
No.
The Raiders and the Cowboys. So the Bears for Ben Johnson, did you see the clip of Caleb Williams?
No.
Oh my God, you haven't seen this?
No, does he mention Ben?
No. Okay, so a group of kids got Caleb Williams' phone number, and they messaged him like it was Ben Johnson, and we're like, "Yo," and Caleb messaged back, "Yo, is this really Ben Johnson?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm excited to work with you." He's like,
No.
"Yo, let's get this. Let's rebuild this. I can't wait to work with you. Until then, go kill this shit." And then they FaceTimed him, and he was a great sport about it. Like, it made me like Caleb a lot more.
Yeah.
But like,
oh,
if that video is real, it's so greasy, and it looks 100% real.
That hurts so much.
Dude, could you imagine how hype he was? The poor kid.
Oh, that hurts so much. I can't see him
like
going
the
to the
Bears.
Bears. I can't see him going. He's. I feel like he's too much of a homer. He loves the Lions. He stayed there another year. I can't see him going in division.
What were the open jobs last year?
What were the open jobs last year?
Not the Patriots. We can't say the Patriots.
Okay. No, Dan
The
Quinn was there.
Commanders.
I think Dan Quinn was already hired last year.
Who? Oh,
last year was his first year. The Cardinals? Was the Cardinals open?
That was open. They hired a
Okay.
defensive coach.
Yeah.
Not the Rams. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there weren't these prime. There's more prime positions for coaches to be in.
People
Anyways.
are giving up a left nut for him, though.
Yeah, but again, like, that was still, like, how much more money can he make this year versus last year?
Yeah.
Because if you got to think, like, whatever team he picks, expect them to still be a bad team next year.
Yeah.
Because that's the baseline, right?
I think the Jags is a good scenario for him.
I don't know. I think everything depends on if the Lions win a Super Bowl for both of those coordinators. More so Aaron Glenn, but both of them.
I think if Ben Johnson went to the Jags, he has a quarterback. He has a team that he can really build around. They have some money.
Go ahead, sorry.
They have a division that's not great. Their only competition is Houston right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could do some damage there.
Yeah, and the other knock on the Bears is that their ownership is awful.
Yeah. They're not going to hire him.
I heard the owner doesn't even accept Bears merch in her own box to watch Bears games.
What are we doing? Sell the team. If you don't like football, just sell the team. Get the money. Get your $4 billion. Walk away.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Anyways, do you have anything else on the head coaching stuff? Let's get into more. We'll wrap up soon, but let's have some more fun discussions unless you have anything else on coaching.
No, I think that's all I got.
We can keep doing balls on the line.
Do you want to end with that?
Yeah, maybe we end with that. Do you have any other goofy stories you've seen throughout the week?
No, I think we really covered everything I have written down. I did buy a new notepad for the show.
Suits you. Shefty, Jets, Browns, and Jaguars will play 2025 regular season home games in London. Opponents to be announced in off-season.
Okay. I mean, the Jags we're used to. That's a home game.
Yep. They don't have a home. I'm trying to pull up my notes and see.
I wonder if they're going to play any games like in Asia. I'm surprised they haven't played a game in Japan yet.
I'm not. It's there. You know how like there's a lot of people in Canada and US who are like super into soccer?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in Europe who are super into football, kind of like the same way. I can't see those, like the language barrier and stuff like that. I can't see it translating.
Yeah, I mean, they go to Brazil. There's not a ton of English in Brazil.
They have all the broadcasts in Spanish
In
though.
Spanish, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that because Japan had their junior football team, the world junior football team in the summer. Like I think they came second to Canada.
I don't trust whatever the fuck that league was. Whatever that
US.
league was, I don't trust it. I mean, we won, yeah, but at what cost?
Yeah.
I got nothing else. Let's just get into balls on the line. We haven't been keeping track either, so
that's true.
By the end of playoffs, we'll figure it out, or sometime. It's busy season for us.
It is
not
busy
season. Not that anyone's fucking tailing us, but
that's also true.
Wait. Let's call out some people real quick before. I want to call out.
Do this. I do have something to read to you.
Okay. I want to call out Lucas. I want to call out Noah. I want to call out JV. Those three. All three of you need to man up and hop on the podcast. Otherwise, I'm putting a curse on your teams. And Adam. Fuck you, Adam. That's it.
Okay, so last night, obviously, Lucas, Noah, Green Bay fans, Adam, Vikings fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam just fumbled the ball, scoop and score. We watched it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a fire me up in the group chat from Lucas. I know what it's about, but I throw in a question mark just so he has to say it. And he goes, defensive score. I goes, I know. Sammy's really looking like Jordan Love out there. Didn't like that. He goes, he's not looking like Burrow. I'm like, no, he's not. He's like, it's because he made the playoffs. I was like, we're both in Cancun now, buddy. He's like, same number of Super Bowls. How many times has Burrow made the playoffs? How many playoff wins? I'm not bragging for Jay Love. I said, how many games has Burrow looked like Zach Wilson in the playoffs? Burrow, he goes, Burrow and Jordan Love have the same amount to show for their contract. I'm like, dude, that's not true. What are we saying? He goes, give Jordan Love a top 2 receiver in the league, and maybe that changes things.
This is all Lucas?
This is all Lucas. I said, give Joe a top 20 O-line and maybe a top 25 defense, and we can do something. He goes, our defense was 25th last year. I said, ours are 31st right now. He says, next year, make the playoffs, and we won't have to decide which quarterback is worth $55 million. The Bengals were getting hot just a little too late. I put, brother, you'd win the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow on your team. If Jordan Love was on the Bengals, we would have went 2-15.
Yeah.
And then he started trash talking the Vikings again because he knew Jordan Love was not the guy.
All right. Let's go quarterback for quarterback in each division, Lucas. And anyone who wants to argue about this. But I'll call out Lucas because he won't hop on the show. All right. Let's look at each division here, or each conference. Name the top 5 quarterbacks in the AFC, Aiden.
Okay. Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow. I'd probably still put Herbert.
Okay. Name the top 5 in the NFC.
Goff, Stafford, We're skimping hard here, brother.
Brock Purdy?
I'd probably put Purdy. I'd probably put. Oh my God, we're bad over here. We're bad at Baker. Baker's up there.
Baker?
Jaden Daniels.
Shut up about any Super Bowl, you moron. The best quarterbacks come from the same fucking conference every year. Don't ever speak about any Lamar, Joe, or Josh at all when you don't play. Like, I would put the big four, the four best quarterbacks, all are in the same conference.
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
Oh,
Might be top 5.
I would, yeah. Herbert is competing with Goff and Stafford, I'd say.
And Hurts,
yeah.
And it's learn ball, Lucas. I thought you were smart.
Should have started Malik Willis. All right, now we can do balls on the line.
Yeah. You want to give me first?
Yeah, go for it.
We doing anything?
Yeah, we can do anything again.
Okay, give me James Cook anytime.
All right, I'm going to match your anytime with an anytime. Give me Puka anytime.
Okay. Give me Kansas City money line.
All right. I will take Sorry, there we go. I will take Detroit minus 9.5.
Give me the Rams to cover.
Okay. I will take. Kind of wanted that. I will take. Fuck it, we ball. I'll take the Rams straight up.
Wow.
I'll take the Rams over Philly.
Okay. That was balls on the line. That'll do it for this episode. If you listened all the way through, thank you for listening. Go Bills.
It's been the Huddle Podcast.